2, 1, rolling.
All right, we in all of them?
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome to Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew.
Yep, that's right. Back again, 2 p.m. every Friday. Titan Lifestyle. Me and John have been doing this for years now. So if you don't know, now you know. We're going to be talking about therapy of the week, Titan events, my favorite part, questions and answers. And also, we always pick out some topics that we may find interesting or think you guys will find interesting.
Absolutely.
And topics are always all over the place, too. They're not strictly fitness related, just stuff that we see that catches our attention that we think you guys may be interested in. So, Titan Lifestyle, let's get it going.
Absolutely. So, I always want to start with the therapy of the week, and this week is a new therapy for you guys. It's an oral therapy. It's Apollo's Nootropic Oral Therapy Dihexa. And Dihexa is a peptide therapy, and this is going to help you with a lot of different things, from mental clarity, repairing the synapses in the brain, which is awesome, and helping you learn better and faster. Memory retention. This is awesome, right? And learning ability. Who doesn't want to learn new skills faster and better? So that's definitely what I want to do 100%. And it's oral, so you don't have to do the injections. Now, you can definitely take the injections along an AD with Dihexa and maybe become super mental powered, but alone, one of these is going to do well. But this one I've been taking, and it definitely works. It definitely works really well. The providers have taken it too as well, and they love the therapy. That's why we were launching this nootropic therapy. Everybody's looking for something, the newest, greatest, best thing. And right now, this one, as far as mental clarity, is topping the charts.
Now, how does this compare? Because I know it's going to make you feel better. It's going to memory. How does this compare to oxytocin? Because a lot of times people take oxytocin and to feel better, to be in a better mood. How does this, is it the memory thing? Is it cognitive? Like, what is the difference with this oxytocin? When I first saw this, I was like, oh, it's kind of like oxytocin. Once I dug into it, I could see more than that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can break it down a little bit better.
Sure. So oxytocin is it's a bonding hormone in the body. So oxytocin is produced in like mothers after they get birth and the child's laid on their chest. Oxytocin gets released. Hugs, oxytocin gets released. These are short bursts of oxytocin, and that lowers inhibition, brings people together. It's more of a bonding type deal. This is more of a mental focus type deal. So you're not going to get the bonding feeling you would get with oxytocin. It's not going to be for a short blast either. This should be an all day type thing, and that's the difference really. I mean, as far as bonding, coming together, oxytocin's good. Like sexual pleasure, oxytocin's great. Dihexa, the Apollo Nootropics Therapy, this is for somebody that wants to go and stimulate their brain, hopefully repair some of the different things or maybe damage that maybe happened to the brain, and have better memory retention. As we get older, your memory starts going. You have a low retention as far as memory goes, and at that point, this is something that can combat that, which would be great for dementia, Alzheimer's. People in those categories or high risk categories too as well. Maybe if you have a family member in that, this can be something good for them.
So it seems almost to me like a safer alternative to Adderall. Adderall keeps, a lot of times people take it and they shouldn't be taking it. But it seems like a safer alternative to Adderall. And again, like you said, it's going to repair certain things, which Adderall doesn't do. Now, in terms of appetite or anything like that, is people's appetite going to be affected by this? Just because I know a lot of, I'm not going to say therapies because other places have them, but as soon as they give you memory or as soon as they give you, focus, your appetite's gone. Is that going to be affected with this, or is it something that's going to,
no,
be the same?
You should not have any appetite issues or problems, or as far as that goes. It's just like a regular day. It's just increasing memory. I mean, really, this therapy has the capacity to encourage the formation of new functional synaptic connections among existing neurons, which is really, really cool. So
that's crazy. New? Like that's...
Yes. So if you can do that, you can pull it together, and that's what helps with the memory retention and the memory learning. So
basically bringing your brain to levels it's never been before.
Pretty much, or bringing it back to where it needs to be if it's been damaged to the past. There's a multitude of different things that can affect the brain and the synapses in the brain too as well. So this is something that would be a game changer for anybody as far as that goes, that wants to increase their mental capacity, retention of learning, and just focus better. This is a good one for sure.
Good name too, Apollo. Every time I think of Apollo, I think of Apollo Creed. Or Apollo, it just goes good.
Yeah, it goes right along with the Titan, the Greek theme for sure, 100%. So if you guys are interested in this therapy, it does not require blood work. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. And then you'll see our medical provider. After that, you can order this therapy and a number of other different therapies that does not require blood work. So there's a wide variety you guys can get into, and whatever goals you're trying to achieve, just relay that to the medical provider, and they'll go through a personalized regimen or give you guys some tips of what might be best for you.
We got John K. Lawler asking, does it have caffeine in? I'm assuming not.
No.
And also Christian had a good question too. He said that if Apollo can help curb cortisol levels pre-contest.
Yeah, no. The only thing that's going to help cortisol levels is you finding something that's a stress reliever, something that's going to relax you. Yeah, right. That's really what it is. And if you're a high tier leveled athlete, I think at that point you pretty much found what works best for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was looking at some movies the other night. It was on how guys get to the major leagues and how they have to go through AA, AAA, single A. At that point, you might go back, but they have to create that routine and what gets them relaxed and what gets them stretched out without overdoing it. So it's really cool. But at that point, cortisol is all about relaxing and de-stressing. So whatever helps you out with that the best, that's the way to do it for sure.
And do it a safe way too. When I always think of the extreme negatives. When people hear John say that, it doesn't mean go out and take a pill that you're not prescribed to make you feel better on your cortisol levels. There's a lot safer and natural ways to do it, especially with with the stuff we have to offer. A lot of the stuff we have to offer will take you away from those addictive pain medications or stuff that you're misdiagnosing you take to kind of numb the pain. Whereas over here we're trying to fix the problem rather than just get you hooked on something that's going to have you continue to have problems and continue to be reliant on the medication.
Right. Another good one from Joel. How would this pair in combination with a transcranial intranasal brain photomodulation device like the Neurodural 4? So I know what that is. So basically, when it's supposed to be sending these shots in from this machine, at that point, I don't know how it would pair up with that. I don't think there's any studies with that, so I don't really want to talk on that. Possibly might do better. You might do better than just having the device, I guess, or one way or the other. So I really can't comment on it because I've never done it myself, and I don't think there's any research on using the device and this therapy together. So, any other ones?
It's a good question. A question I couldn't ask because I'm not even sure what that is.
Yeah, it's just a device. I mean, there's all types of new medical devices that are hitting the streets right now. And it's kind of hard to see what's really working and what's not really working because they're so new. And there's little research done on some of these different things. Obviously, if they bring them out and they're medically cleared, FDA cleared, not approved but cleared, there's got obviously some sort of research done on these things. But for long lasting or to use different therapies with some of these devices, these are things that people I think are experimenting with, and we'll see how it really comes out to be.
Shout out to Pop Pedo Fitness, saying positive vibes, always good positive vibes. And I see also we have Australia in the house, Sydney, Australia. So thank you for letting us know where you're tuning in from. I always like to hear where people are tuning in from other countries. So
absolutely.
That's maybe the first one I've seen from Australia so far. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. And Australia's like the peptide capital of the world. That's where the majority of major peptides come from. So it's really cool.
That's good.
All right. Let's get on to our first topic of the day. All right. So you want to talk about Walter Strickland's TRT transformation?
Yeah, let's talk about Walter Strickland. I was on Facebook just searching around and I saw Walter Strickland on there. I've seen him on my Facebook before. I think I may have seen him on the show before, but he had a TRT transformation pic. I'm not sure if Art could pull it up. As soon as I saw the pic, it had me thinking like, this is a real transformation TRT. A lot of times nowadays, guys will say TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy, or HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, similar to pretty much the same thing. They'll say they're only doing that and they'll gain 30, 40 pounds and they'll be leaner and they're 5 times as strong. When I see this is a real transformation. As you can look at the pictures, he's only gained a few pounds, but he's leaned out. His estrogen looks like it's in control. I don't know his blood work, but just based off of his neck, the water retention, he's leaner, he's bigger. But this is a real transformation of TRT. You guys aren't going to turn into, you're not going to gain 50 pounds. You're not going to. So anybody out there that's interested in doing TRT, doesn't want to gain too much muscle, like, oh, I don't want to be, I don't want to be like your size Drew, or I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. If you're doing it correctly under a medical provider, taking the correct dosage and not adding stuff to it, which is very big. A lot of guys do TRT or HRT, like, oh, that's what I'm doing, but they sprinkle other stuff on the side that they don't tell people about. Right. This looks like a legit TRT, and this is what you're going to get, or what you should get off of HRT. You can see he's leaner. His body weight might even be lower. but his waist is tighter, his neck looks better, he's got more lean tissue. And this is a guy who's a Georgia champion powerlifter. He's a Masters powerlifter. He has records in Georgia. So shout out to Walter Strickland. I hit him up earlier today and let him know I'm going to be giving him a shout out. But I just wanted you guys to see a real TRT transformation. And don't believe all these guys you see on the internet that go from 180 to 240 pounds on TRT. Because that's literally not possible. And if you're at a medical provider that does prescribe you that high of a dose, they're not going to last that long. Because
definitely not.
Technically anything over 150, 200 milligrams is red flag. So if they're prescribing you, a lot of guys say they're TRT, they do their TRT, but then they also take stuff on the side or more testosterone. So this is what you're going to get from TRT. Ladies as well, TRT, you're not going to get super big. You're not going to, turn into a man or have a deep voice if you do it correctly.
That's right.
So women need testosterone as well. Women have testosterone, so it can affect all levels. But I want to give a quick shout out to Walter Strickland. You guys can see the photo up there. And yeah, Walter, if you're on now, I'm sure he's tuning in now. Wanted to give you a shout out. And if you have any other questions, just hit me up on Facebook. And if you're not with Titan now and you want to see what we have to offer that maybe your place doesn't have to offer, just let us know. Call 727-389-3220 and see if there's anything we could do that your current HRT or TRT clinic is not doing.
That's right. Plus, we offer a wide variety of different custom blends that I know no other clinic has. So even if you want to keep your TRT somewhere you like it, you're good with it, we have different therapies that you guys can get. And you don't have to be on testosterone replacement therapy with us or hormone replacement therapy with us. I get that question all the time. Do we have to be taking testosterone to you guys to get Hercules Potion or whatever? I'm like, no. You can just get Hercules Potion. We want ECAs if you want. Whatever it is. So that's not a problem. Big shout out to Coastline K9 Eric and all the crew there. Best dogs ever out there training. My guy. Big shout out to you.
That's the guy that trained Sasha?
Yeah. That's where Sasha came from, guys. So they are the best. All right. So let's get into the next topic. And this one's pretty cool because it goes along with one of our weight loss drugs that we use here, our Aries injectable weight loss therapy, semaglutide. So Oprah says she's taking weight loss drugs. Now, before this, Oprah came out and she said that she was not taking weight loss drugs.
Wow.
Oprah, over the past 30 years, has always been the discussion of weight loss. She's, had a show for this long. She has her own network. And, Oprah, when she first came out, was really big.
Yeah,
right?
They used to say Big Oprah.
Big Oprah, right?
Referred to as Big Oprah from back in the day.
And over the years, Oprah's tried everything. She's done all the different diets. She owns Weight Watchers. She bought it, so she tried to get her hands on everything she could possibly do. She tried all these different things in the past. And, obviously right now, her figure is probably the best she's ever had it. And she's 70 years old.
I can't believe Oprah's 70.
I mean, guys, she's been on TV for what?
It's true, because when I was a kid, I used to see her
Oprah Winfrey Show.
You stay home from school sick and Oprah's on TV. That was when it was Big Oprah.
Yeah.
And I remember when she did the Michael Jordan interview, she got really, really skinny for that interview. But then like a couple months later, she was big and she used to go back and forth.
Yeah.
And when you have that much resources, that much money, there's really no excuse.
Yeah, I mean, now there's really no excuse because now it's not just the rich that can get weight loss because a lot of these guys might have got surgery or whatever it may be. They can afford the best chefs, the nutritionists, dietitians, whatever it is, trainers. At this point, semaglutide is going to do this for somebody. And honestly, you want the training, you want the nutrition and all that, but this is going to expedite those weight loss results that you're really looking for. And she's, right, prime example. And at that point, what's been going on right now is there's been a lot of shaming for people using Ozempic or Zepbound, so tirzepatide, semaglutide therapies. There's no shame in it, and now this is what she's trying to convey. That there should be no shame with it. She's had this problem her whole life of staying overweight, and finally she's found something that works for her. She feels healthier. She feels better. That's the most common response that I get from people. Man, I feel like I have so much more energy, and they're not eating as much. So they must be burning their fuel, their calories, and their fire, and at that point utilizing for fuel. So, I get it from people all the time, and then they start looking really, really good. So, the only thing that I would say for anybody out there that are using these medications is that make sure you're getting your protein for sure every day. If it's one thing you need to get, you need to get protein. If you can't eat it, drink it. At that point, and then you can conserve the muscle that you do have and get rid of the fat that you do have. So, this is another fun fact that now a lot of these stars are starting to come out and they're starting to say, yes, I am using this. There's people out there that you shouldn't be using this. It's a diabetic drug.
Yeah.
Guys, we're past this. You know, so don't be shamed if you need to get weight loss and you want to use the weight loss medication like semaglutide, which we offer here, or tirzepatide. All you guys have to do is call or text us 727-389-3220. Fill out the new patient paperwork, see the medical provider, and you're on your way to hitting your weight loss goals.
Yeah. Shout out to Oprah for being 70. Now I have a new
70,
new respect for her appearance. And I didn't realize. 70. I mean, if I think about the years, she is up there.
I mean,
also too, no gastric. A lot of times people say, I want to do gastric. I don't need to do semaglutide.
I don't know if she did gastric.
But if you do gastric, you're going to have problems because your digestion is going to be way off. All they're doing is shrinking your stomach. It's not slowing your digestion down. It's just giving you the it's just literally making you feel full quicker.
Exactly.
Whereas semaglutide is going to slow the digestion, so you're still going to be digested. It's going to slow a rate, as opposed to let's just shrink the stomach. So we'll give you half of a minute and you'll be full all day. Like that doesn't work like that.
Definitely
they may lose weight, but they have other issues and they feel people that do gastric feel like crap.
Yeah. I know this, that you could save the money with the gastric surgery and do this and probably get the exact same result or even better result.
Yeah. Last thing quickly too, Oprah. People say she's a billionaire, this and that. This stuff might be expensive. Semaglutide is only $55 a week. 10 weeks is only $550. So $55 a week is pretty cheap.
It is.
I mean, people spend more than that on coffee.
For sure.
So I mean, just to give you guys an idea, you don't need to be super rich to do this. $55 a week, you could reallocate that, or if you have the funds to do it, just jump on it.
Absolutely. And there's new ones coming down the pipeline, guys. There's new medical weight loss drugs.
As soon as one comes, there's nothing
that are going to be better. And I think the spur of it was, with these big pharmaceutical companies seeing the uptick of how much demand was for this. And we should say, hey, listen, this would make common sense for us because 50 to 60% are overweight or obese. So 5 or 6 out of 10 people really want weight loss and they need to get it. So, this is just something that, is just going to be crazy. And I talked about it Tuesday where they've got these big food companies now who are starting to adapt to the weight loss medications and they're going to start making high protein meals.
That's good.
Yeah, even Ensure, they're going to make a high protein Ensure just for people that are taking weight loss medications, not even just for old people.
Now they should just have a sugar-free, no high fructose corn syrup Ensure to make it even better.
Yes.
What they'll do is they'll load the protein, but also load the sugar, which isn't good. So read the back of the label, not the front, like I always say.
It's true. It's definitely true. The only good thing I could say about it is that with these drugs too as well, they're going to help balance sugar levels and glucose levels too as well. So they will have your back a little bit. That doesn't mean to go eat a whole bunch of sugar. But if you do, eat some sugar with something, you don't have to really worry about it as much with taking these medications. Really, really cool stuff, guys. Science. I love it. All right, so this one's really cool. Air Jordans worth over $10,000 found in a shelter donation bin.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Basically, I mean, the title says it all. The guy dropped off. Someone was going through in Oregon. They were going through a shelter bin. Basically, a shelter bin, if you guys aren't familiar, it's like the Salvation Army, where they'll just have like a dumpster or a large bin where you just drop off clothes to whether it's to donate or homeless, this and that. Found a $10,000 pair of signature Spike Lee, I think one of 3 Jordans that were in this bin. So whoever found that is happy. It's just crazy. It's like, I mean, I know you're a sneaker guy, when I saw this, I was like, this is crazy. I don't really want to talk too much about it, but you'll be surprised what you find in random places. They're expected to fetch up to $20,000. Again, they were like a Spike Lee type signature shoe that he wore to the Academy Awards in 2019, which is huge. So you can see pictures of him wearing these shoes, these specific, maybe not specific, but those style of shoe. So be careful. I mean, I know we're talking before the show, low-end stores like Ross or Burlington Coat Factory. Every once in a while, you see a pair of expensive shoes with no box and just like a $50 tag on it. A lot of sneakerheads do that. They go to stores just to see if they could find a steal, or kind of like a car guy will go to an old barn and find an old gem. Yeah, man. But if people that don't realize how much sneakers cost, it could look like a basic sneaker, and just one little change on it will bring it up thousands of dollars. It's true. Sneakerheads know this. I'm not a sneakerhead. I like shoes, but I really know what to look for. But I might have to figure out what to look for and see if I can find something.
I mean, it's pretty easy nowadays, guys. You go on StockX and you look up the most expensive sneakers, and you guys can see kind of what it is.
But the fakes is where I wouldn't know ever. They make like the fakes, and like the sneaker guy can hold it open and look at the. I don't know all that, So
if you ever get any shoe and you want to validate it, there's usually tutorials online on how to validate all the Highline shoes. I remember doing it when the Yeezys first came out and stuff like that, like the first ones. and being able to make sure that we were getting authentic shoes. One, they were coming from Adidas, yes, but two, I think I bought a couple from StockX and wanted to make sure that they were authentic too as well. So, yeah, you definitely want to make sure your shoes are authentic. Don't let nobody pull that shade over your eye and you think you're getting this amazing pair of. If it's too good to be true, it usually is, unless you find a treasure like this.
Especially like these sneaker conventions and stuff where they'll have a guy set up. You got to be careful with those because you're not in a store. You just at a booth. And the guy has a shoe and he's selling it. And automatically you think it's real because all his other shoes, but he may have 4 or 5 pairs in there that's worth thousands. I mean, that are not worth thousands. So always got to check. Always.
And the fakes are getting really, really hard to tell. Like they're that good nowadays. Where before you could tell like a fake, really bad fake, you're like, man, the stitching it just looks different and weird. Where now, like, man, they're coming really, really close to the real thing. And I think most of it comes from is because the FUBU pairs come from the same factories in China. So they're real close. I mean, real close.
And not only that, the people that are making the fakes, all they have to do is Google search the same way we would to see if it's real.
Yep.
And then make those adjustments to make it seem real.
Yep.
So, I mean,
so true.
Be careful what you buy. But yeah, 10 grand just found in a bin is
that's no
nuts.
good. All right, so the next one, Giannis, the Greek Freak, franchise record 64 points. 64. So he hit 64 points in this game, right? And this is a record for him, franchise record. And what happens? What happens is they're playing it. Indiana ends up taking the ball and they end up giving it to the rookie that scored his first points in an NBA game. Now, Giannis found out about this and ran directly into the tunnel to try to get the ball back because he's like, listen, this is a big milestone for me, a franchise record. And at that point, this rookie already scored a couple buckets in the in-tournament play. He scored some free throws, and they were like, oh, that doesn't count as his buckets. Like, yeah, it does, right? It's a real game. And at that point, what's bigger, the 64-point game or a rookie's first points in a game? Yeah. I think Giannis is the thing. So they ended up bringing out a ball and giving it to him. Now, he said today, he's like, I don't think it's the ball.
How can you tell?
You can't tell now. Now
you can just hand him any ball and say, this is the one. You can hand him
any ball and say, this is the one. And at that point,
I've never seen him mad like that.
He's usually really cool.
I've never seen him mad like that.
So,
look at him.
Yeah, wow. he was upset about this. This is something that he wanted to collect for himself, and at that point, I think he deserved it. They ended up playing the Pacers again, last night I think, and at that point they started getting into it with Giannis, throwing him down, stuff like that. So there's a little back and forth, a little bit of tension. I think he handled himself really, really cool. A couple people off his bench wanted to rush the court. But hey, listen, it is what it is. It's just crazy because this memorabilia is starting to get out of control in some of this memorabilia. So, something like this ball, if it was authenticated correctly, it would probably be worth a lot of money. But who knows? Who knows the ball now? You cannot tell what ball it is.
Do they have any type of number or serial? I mean,
I don't think they take serial numbers from the balls.
I don't think they do because a lot of times they'll switch the balls out. The ball gets sweaty, the ref will just call, they'll throw them another ball. So the balls are always getting, it's kind of like football. It gets wet, they dry it off, they give them a new ball.
Yep.
You ever see NFL games? It's like 50 balls with guys with towels just in case they need a fresh one.
Oh, yeah.
The whole deflate thing.
It's just crazy. Listen, I know Jordan used to wear 2 pairs of shoes every game. 1 and a half time he'd change. Giannis, on the other hand, some guy offered me, Fanatics, they offered me a pair of shoes, game worn by him. 6 games he played with these shoes. Same pair. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? You guys think he should have got the ball? You guys think the rookie should have got the ball? Do you guys even care? Let me know.
I think he should have got the ball, but once it goes to the locker room, I probably wouldn't have ran in there because at that point it's like, what are you gonna? You can't know.
Man, that sucks.
I mean, a rookie getting 1 point, he could just have a video of that. Hey, this is my first. Everything's on video nowadays.
All right, so can you still get those results with TRT or HRT without it? Yeah. Okay. So you could if your levels were correct. I mean, it's just going to be a lot harder to get those results if your levels are deficient or low. You're not just going to have the same motivation. Your body's not going to be responding as much, probably not as much energy. So you're not going to have everything going momentum-wise for you. And that's the only thing I would say. It might take you longer to get those results. I'm not saying you couldn't get those results, but you're going to get a lot better results if you're on hormone replacement therapy or TRT if you really need it for sure, 100%. So,
but then, again, too, the results aren't just visual. Too, you guys look at the picture. Can you get those results? But I guarantee this guy's feeling better. He's sleeping better. His recovery is better. His libido may be up. His appetite may be up. So it's not just about the visual results. It's about how you feel too. A lot of times people take TRT or HRT, not even for the visual effect, just for the way it makes them feel. So a lot of the results you get, you're not going to see in the mirror. You're just going to feel them, and you're going to feel a lot better.
I think that contributes to more results because you feel better. You get out more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your life literally gets better just from feeling better.
Definitely, 100%.
Relationship gets better. Your everything. Your work gets better. Everything. I mean, it's almost like walking around hangry all day long when you're not on HRT. As soon as you get some free, like, okay, now I can relax. Now I can. What's this guy?
Christian said, "I'll try to tell people on social media to do their homework on some of these random TRT clinics popping up. Be careful. I'd much rather contact Titan. Just because it's on IG doesn't make legit. So true.
Or just because they have a website where you could order from for research purposes doesn't mean it's legit either.
Coastline Canine said, maybe put the ball on blockchain for authenticity proof. You can check if the ball went through the rim or on the court. Can you with blockchain though? Can you? I don't think you can. You. I know if it's an authenticated item, you can put it on there, and then it would have that. But I don't know. I don't know if you can do it like that.
If you think about it, if there was like a serious crime or murder or something like that, they would follow the ball. Like in other words, if there's a guy that commits a crime and then he runs into the locker room, they could check the camera, him going here. They could check the camera, him going down the hallway, check the camera. So if he really wants to, he could probably contact whoever the security and the cameras and follow the ball all the way into the locker room and see who got it.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if cameras are allowed in the locker room like that. So once it goes in there, it's like whatever. They just hand him any ball. Oh, give me a ball. Giannis is mad. Here, take this ball. This is the ball.
Exactly. Give him this one. It'll be fine.
So the blockchain, that's just, like the Bitcoin stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just like a QR code.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so like what people are doing on blockchain, like just so you guys know, like basically like it almost runs into like the NFT type situation where if you have like a Lamborghini, right? And you can post a Lamborghini on there, and then you have the Lamborghini. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess. Where you can prove that you have the Lamborghini, and it's in your portfolio. I don't know. I know it, but I can't really discuss it. Somebody was talking to me about it this weekend. They're like, how does blockchain work? And I'm trying to explain it to them. Like, I guess it sounds really, really complicated.
I've never heard of it. So
I'm not the master of blockchain, so
it's basically just a QR code that's online that's connected to a physical object.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
And you can prove that the physical object is there and that you own it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can show your portfolio online, and you don't have to have the physical objects there because these are connected to it. It's just, I don't know. It's like an online portfolio.
That's how NFTs work. They only have one code basically attached to it.
Right.
That's it. One piece of art has a code.
Yep.
Unless you think have a code, that's it.
Yep.
Sounds more complicated.
All right. California teen passes state bar exam and is sworn in as an attorney.
Yeah, but I'll be quick with this one. As I was scrolling looking for topics, I saw that. I didn't believe it was true at first, but yeah, this kid, he passed the bar at 17, got sworn in as attorney at 18, is the youngest ever to do so. Yeah. I've never even heard of someone that's like 24, 25 doing this. I mean, that takes a while to complete the bar, but I guess he completed high school early, completed everything early. My thing is this, if you're, how would you feel having an 18-year-old being in control of your life if you committed a crime? That's one thing too, so... Even though on paper and he knows what to do and all that stuff, if say if you're a 50-year-old guy and you're getting accused of a major crime and you have an 18-year-old kid fighting against you, on the other side of the, I don't even know what the terms are, but it's just different. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel. It's almost like it'd be like a 50-year-old guy having an 18-year-old tell him what to do and control his life. But shout out to this kid for passing the bar. I've never heard of that before, and I guess he's an attorney now at 18. Yeah. Most kids 18 years old, they want to graduate high school and this and that. He's literally, I mean, it's crazy. I didn't think it was real at first until I read it. But yeah, shout out to him for that.
I think he's really book smart, but probably socially.
Doogie Howser of attorneys.
You got to be good at social situations because you're standing in front of a lot of people up there.
Yeah.
It's not a normal kid, that's for sure.
And it's not easy. I mean, obviously, you got to go to college for 4 years, and then after that, it's like a master's program for your.
Yeah, so how do you at 18?
So he's definitely flew through school.
What college did he go to?
Some of these people, they don't even got. I mean, they study for the bar, and they don't even go to college, and they can pass the bar.
Yeah, and this is like one of those serious colleges. It's not a party college.
Yeah, no, for sure. So this is awesome. Yeah. It's really, really cool. And listen, this is just setting something up for somebody else to beat, right? people before like, you can't do that at 17 years old, and look, somebody has.
Yeah.
So now the next person, I can do that at 16.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You see kids graduating college. There's some girl I saw the other, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She was like 14 or 15 graduating college. I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really cool. So we'll see who can break the record next and be the most educated, the youngest.
It's not like back in our day where you had to actually go to school and put in the time. Now there's all this online, accelerated this, accelerated that. You know, kids are graduating high school in 1 year with accelerated classes and all this stuff. So
wow. Yeah. So I was right about this. Strength Addicts, who is a lawyer, Christian's a lawyer. Facts, in California, you can do that. Take the bar without a law degree. Whoa.
Oh.
You can really do that. So if I study for the bar and I go to California, I pass the bar, I'm an attorney.
Wow. Maybe I need to...
I need some notes, Christian.
Yeah,
I'm about to go to Cali, man, get my bar degree, get my law degree. Shit, that's awesome, man.
Take a little Palo, start studying, you'll be ready to go.
I know for certain other tests, like in the medical field, you can do it too, like some of the nurse exams and stuff like that. Like, you can test out of, like if you know the information, which usually a lot of people don't. They have to go through it. They have to learn it. They have to be hands-on, go to the labs. But there are some people out there that have done it for sure, 100%. I know. It's crazy. I know Sharice did it for her LPN. She didn't take some of his classes, and she went straight to the exam, passed the exam, and they gave her LPN. So
the crazy thing is that he passed the bar at 17, so he's not even a legal adult.
Yeah.
He can't even vote, but he passed the bar.
Can't vote.
And then now him being 18, he can't even. Yeah, he can't drink. He can't. You know.
Nope.
But he could. Yeah.
Shout out to defend people. He can make money. That's for sure.
Shout out to him.
Experience. He's gonna have so much experience by the time he's 35.
Right.
Jeez.
He might be retired at 30.
Yeah.
Just super cool. Definitely super cool. Totally unrelated question. Is there a daredevil among John, Drew, or Art? Any of you ever skydived, bungee jumped, eaten insane $20 super hot Dorito chips? So I bungee cord jumped and skydived. I don't eat Doritos. So
I've done this too. I've done the Reaper.
I haven't done the one trip.
They sell them in the like the freaking Circle K. They come in a coffin. Case.
Yeah, I watched the YouTube. Florida Made MG is like a huge YouTube guy. He does. He'll go in like a bad neighborhood when see like homeless people walking the street.
Oh my god!
He'll be like, I'll give you $40 if you eat the chip.
Oh shit!
So they always want to eat it because they want the money. Some of these people are on drugs. Some of these people they just want the money. So he'll be like, I'll give you $40. Right. And he'll give it to him and record him. And these people are like, they're running in and out of the store. They're grabbing milk, dumping it on their face. Some of them are throwing up. They asked this one guy from the islands. He's like, he ate it and he was just. He didn't even flinch at all.
Yeah, if you eat spicy food, you'll be good to go. Yeah.
I don't eat spicy food at all.
Yeah,
so if I try that, they got to pay me a good amount because I'd be messed up.
Something spicy again.
You're
just dripping. You're just snotting.
Yeah.
And it stays in your mouth. Like even if I get pepper in my mouth when I'm eating, I get mad because now it's like ruining the meal.
Yeah.
Everything is just hot in my tongue.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I've never skydived. No, I don't. I'll never skydive.
I'd rather skydive or bungee jump again.
I'll never skydive or bungee jump.
Yeah.
And then like you're just dripping like snot. And
that's the worst.
Everybody's dying, bro. And they're making you do jumping jacks and push-ups and talk, and you're just like, it's spicy. It's so bad. It is bad.
Cowboy 1012 says he's moving to California.
He's gonna become a lawyer without having to take any tests. Well, one test against the bar. Shit. Events coming up. We got a lot of events already starting to line up. So we got one question here. At what age TRT? I'm 19 right now. I look forward to taking tests. It's like having puberty again. That's what it is. So,
it means being young again.
Yeah. Well,
you already are.
You're
young.
19 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't touch tests
for another 5, 6, 10
real.
years.
The only
20,
way,
maybe even.
Yeah, the only way I would even look at something like that, I would blood test and see where your levels are at, and then if you need something like that, which you probably don't. At 19, man, use what you got, because once you start, yes, you can get off it, but your levels are going to go back down. You're not going to feel good. So it's really a commitment. And at 19 years old, man, like I wouldn't want to start testosterone because like you're going to do shots every week, dude. And, even if you don't care, like, I don't care about shots. Listen, I don't care about shots, but I still got to do them every week. I do them twice a week. So, it's just something that you're going to have to incorporate into your life. And at such a young age that you shouldn't have to. Not yet, man. Do other things, like aminos, peptides, something like that. Don't mess with TRT or anything that's going to shut down your natural function.
Also, at 19, what are you looking to gain from this? If you're looking to be a huge, big muscle monster, TRT is not going to do that. That's something that I spoke of earlier in the show. Yeah. So what are your goals? I always ask people what are their goals when they're doing TRT or HRT or wanting to take testosterone, because everyone's goal is different. Yeah. It's not going to get you huge and massive and setting world records and all that stuff. So if that's what you're trying to do, just eat more. You're young. Get more rest. You know, do like I did every single night. Dedicate a few hours going online and researching stuff and hearing what people say. Trial and error with your body when it's safe and all that stuff is going to help a lot more than just automatically saying, yeah, I want to take some tests because I want to get a little bit bigger or a little bit stronger. I mean, you need more knowledge before you do anything. I would recommend waiting at least 10 years if you're 19, 10, 15 years. But like John said, if you get your blood levels, if you get your blood work checked and you're really, really low, that might be something that's just natural. You might just be, one of those rare instances where you're just naturally low. Some women are naturally high in testosterone. So some men could be naturally low. But again, blood work is key.
I bet you he's probably skinny.
NJV, well, I mean, it is what it is. You're going to have to eat a lot. You have to train.
Fast track.
NJV, primary doctor approved TRT every 2 weeks. So that's good that they approved your TRT. The thing about it is every 2 weeks.
Blood level's going to be way out of whack.
It's going to be...
You're going to feel great for a few days and come off. And not only that, you may get the same... the blood work may show that it's helping and it's bringing you to optimal levels, but the way you're going to feel from having a spike and drop, then you may have side effects, the side effects you hear about. You want to keep everything stable twice a week. If you're doing testosterone cypionate, which is the major, usually like the most prescribed or most used, that's intended to be done twice a week. On paper it says once a week, but that doesn't. On paper it's just going to get the your blood work to be where it's at. You want to feel good.
I mean, if they do that to you, you might come back at 400 or 500 after they blood test you, because what's going to happen is you're going to take your testosterone, you're going to wait the 2 weeks or whatever, you're going to go in for your visit, they're going to do a blood test, and then you're going to come back mid-range maybe. It just really depends. Describe feeling great and feeling bad. Do you mean depression? No. What we mean is that when you take testosterone replacement, when you start testosterone replacement and you really need it, you're low or you're deficient, when you start taking it, after like the first week or two, you start to feel more energy, more mental clarity, body starts responding a little bit better, you start feeling better. The best way, the way that I describe to people is when I started is that, it's kind of like the blinds were closed and I opened the blinds, I seen the sun for the first time. You will feel a different you, I guess, all the way around. So, the depression could be part of it. That could be going back down, if you're getting low levels of testosterone. Motivation go down, all that good stuff that you get. Now, that's the feeling bad portion, like no energy, don't want to get out of bed to do anything, unmotivated.
Lethargic all day long.
Body's not responding. So that's...
You don't know how you feel great till you feel great. You don't realize, you don't know that feeling until you actually get there.
Yep.
Balance levels.
Balance level, that's what it's all about. All right, so upcoming events. We're getting ready for 2024. So 121, so January 21st, we have Festival of Speed here in our backyard in St. Petersburg at Vinoy Park. I can't wait. We should have a lot of the Titan rides out there. Last Festival of Speed in Orlando was great, but we only had a couple of rides. This one, I think we're going to have a lot more for sure. So come out and check it out with us. It's going to be an awesome time for sure. Hopefully the weather's beautiful, and we'll be right there on the bay. 3:30, we've got NPC IBB Pro Clash League Series Championships. 427, same thing with all women weekend.
Girl power.
Yep. 525, another Clash Series Southern USA Championships. 11-2, we've got NPC IBB Pro League Clash Series All-Style Championships. These are just some of the events that I've already booked and already got in, ready to go. And I'll start booking more events for 2024. I got a ton of new ones that we're going to be doing this year. So really excited about the new events.
Not too far away too, about an hour from us. So it's gonna be a lot more convenient for us.
Yeah, Orlando will be good for sure.
It's like our second home, Orlando.
Yeah, we're out in Orlando all the time, so this will just be really good. 4 times in Orlando for the Clash Championships, and then we'll have other shows we're gonna be doing like Tampa Pro and all that, and then Olympia, and then we'll have other fashion shows, car shows, and all that coming at you guys, and maybe some new ones that I don't even know yet. We're gonna make our own, so we'll see how that goes.
It's going to be at a different location this year, too. I just noticed in the flyer. It's going to be at the Avanti, or I'm not sure. It's a different location. So everybody that goes out to Orlando for these shows, they automatically think Orange County Convention Center. But looks like it's going to be at a different point. Bobby Taylor has a good question.
Yeah, Bobby Taylor says 43. I know I'm an endomorph on TRT 3.5 2 times a week with another blood work. Is total test flux between 5 and 800. Also on thyroid meds, more sensitive to foods. Eat clean, but still so tired. Gain weight, just smelling stuff. Not sure what to do or what other blood work to get tested for to find the issue. I'm finding other military vets like myself. Okay.
What I see right there is, what does he mean by 3.5 2 times a week?
Yeah.
Because if he's doing 3.5 mLs or cc, that's way too high.
That's a lot.
And I know a lot of times when guys take excessive, like way 4, 5, 10 times too much, they have a quote-unquote testosterone flu, where they just use too much for your body.
Yeah.
3.5 2 times a week. It should be, if you're talking about mLs, is like 1 ml.
See, what I see there, and he might have miscorrected it. What I'm thinking is 0.5 2 times a week. Because if the test is fluctuating between 5 and 800, I mean, at 3.5 milliliters,
you'd be like in the thousands.
Yeah, you'd be 1,500 above plus. The other thing is that we need to talk about the estrogen levels. How are your estradiol levels?
Yeah, the VA doesn't really test.
They don't. They don't test for estradiol levels. They usually don't give that medication at all. So we need to see where the estradiol levels are too as well. Vitamin D could be a part of this too. It's something you might want to look at. But these are just some of the different things that you need to look at, and you might need a little bit more testosterone than that. You might need up to 1,000, but we need to know where the thyroid's at because you're taking thyroid meds. We definitely need to know where estradiol levels are at. The other thing that I would look into at 43 years old, because I don't know how big you are as far as height and weight, is I would look at a hemoglobin A1C to see where the sugar levels are at. If that's higher, you are pre-diabetic or diabetic type 2. This could be, adding on with insulin resistance and other problems that are making you gain weight too.
Also, see what type of blood work they're doing. Is it a full panel? Because if they're doing a full panel like we do at Titan, everything will be on there.
They don't.
They're probably just doing bare minimum. This is where your testosterone's at, and
for that they just test for testosterone. They do the full panel, but it's a full panel. It's like lipids and
CMP, CBC,
and that's it. White blood cell count, but they don't do testosterone. I just did a blood test. They did not check anything testosterone.
They don't. They don't. They
so
don't want to.
Bobby Taylor, I would definitely recommend
Yeah.
Getting a full panel here at Titan Medical. If you contact me, I'll give you a little bit of a discount on it, so that way we'll know exactly where you're at and have everything checked, not just testosterone levels.
Yeah, definitely want to do it for sure, 100%. I think that is it, man. I think we've covered everything we were going to cover today for the show.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it. Christmas is coming. Get your presents in. Get whatever you need to get done for as far as Christmas goes. That's it, man.
That's pretty much it for Titan Lifestyle. If you guys could check us out every week at 2 p.m. If you're on YouTube, hit the bell so you're notified of videos like this. Check out the podcast. We're on 4 streams: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and also, like I said, YouTube.
What up, Tony? How you doing? Raleigh, how much for a full panel blood test? $150 for a male, $200 for females. That's with the discount code. So just call or text 727-389-3220, and they'll get you all set up. Joe Vencia, what's going on? I hope all is well. And that's it, guys. Titan Lifestyle, me and Big Drew.
I'll see you guys next week, every Friday, 2 p.m. Have a great week and be safe.